live on my other platforms. Hello, I'm back. Hi, everybody. Thank you to the TikTokers who stuck around for uh, the beach visit. That was amazing. Let me drink some water. I'm so glad you liked it. Yeah, it's great. I love it here. This is a really magical place, and despite what people always say about like tourists and locals and that kind of thing, I have found, and I'm like I'm basically a tourist because I didn't grow up here. I just I moved here after the pandemic, and people are very nice. I don't really think that people are like, hey, we don't want tourists here, like it just doesn't feel like that. It feels really nice and welcoming. The people are wonderful, and I truly love it here. I hope I never have to leave. I want to buy this house, but my landlord keeps saying no. He doesn't want to sell it to me, so he'll change his mind. I think he'll change his mind. Okay, let's talk crochet. I had this harebrained idea that I could do this whole blanket in one day if I did the tea cakes. Hey, Lucas. Hi, Scotty. I'm in North Carolina on the Outer Banks. One time I did a whole tea cake in 1 hour, but I'm not. I'm kind of doubting my own memory of that now. Oh well. So it's 7 tea cakes. Hi, Leah. It's going. It's not going along as fast as I had thought it would, but it's going. I just took a big break and walked down to the beach, which was lovely, glorious. Some of the TikTokers came with me, and that was really fun, but I didn't crochet when I was down there at all. Oops. Um, so, yeah, it's 4:18, and I still have 5 tea cakes to do, and they're taking about an hour and a half. So, um, I'm just going to say I'm going to make midnight my limit on this. And whatever doesn't get done by then doesn't get done. And I'm not going to hurt myself to do it. I'm going to keep my body sacred instrument. Hold on. I need my overhead. So if you're on YouTube, you can see the completed blanket behind me and how it works up like a rainbow. It's incredibly beautiful. And it was our moderator, Heather Hullinger is her last name. Heather, maybe she didn't want me to say her last name. I don't know. Sorry, Heather. It's Heather. Our mod Heather, who came up with this tea cake arrangement of colors and with the original tea cakes. So if you happen to have the original tea cakes stashed, the original sequence is winterberry, lady gray oolong, green tea, maple matcha, ginger spice, and pumpkin spice. For the new cakes, it's dewberry plum cake, rainfall, ocean night, marine green, rainforest or underbrush, sunset stroll or cocoa, wild cherry, and edge with any color. Oh, thank you, Elizabeth. Hope to see you again soon. Okay, so let's go. Where am I? I am starting my 3rd cake. And I am I'll just say this because there was somebody who was watching who said they really appreciated it. I'm taking breaks. I am I am these are the habits that I'm engaging in to protect my body. I'm trying to stay hydrated, which if you know me, you know how much I hate drinking water, but I'm drinking it. And I am setting this timer, and I'll put a link for this somewhere, for those of you that are interested, maybe in my link tree. It's just a little timer, and it came with another one that has like 1 minute, 2 minutes, 5 minutes, 10 minutes. And then this one has 15, 20, 30, and 60. And then to set it, I'm just setting it on, you just turn up the side that you want to the top. So I'm doing 60 minutes. And then when that 60-minute timer goes off, I stand up out of my chair. And then I'm also I'm laying the work down at the end of every row, and I'm stretching my hands, and I'm, doing whatever I need to do to take care of myself, drinking the water, blah, blah, blah. And then I'm also kind of taking a break at the end of every cake as well to, whatever. There is no middle. You didn't miss anything, Megan. I'm just only on the third one. I've only done 2. I took a big long break and I went out to the beach. I think I took a break for about an hour and a half. I think I don't remember what time I headed out there. I feel like it was around 3 o'clock or something like that. I don't remember. I know TikTok, when I was out at the beach, TikTok didn't believe that I was really still live. So I had to do some little things to prove I was still a person. And I think I remember it said I've been live on TikTok for like 4 hours and 22 minutes or something like that. I was still in the purple. Yeah, right there. I'm telling you, you missed nothing. You missed the beach. I walked to the beach. I took TikTok with me and I walked to the beach, and I stayed there for about 40 minutes. And I didn't crochet. I took my crochet project with me, but I did not crochet. I just sat there looking at the ocean and the water. It's a beautiful day. 2, 3, 4. It doesn't feel like January. I'll tell you, the best month to be here is like September and October. Those are such beautiful months. And it was kind of sad the second week of September when everybody left. All the tourists left and school started back up, and it got quiet here. And it was kind of like, wow, I feel sad for people that have to go back to school because this is such a nice time to be here. The beach is just cleared out. There's like one family here the second week of September in the big house next door, and they had some little kids, and they just like had the whole beach to themselves. It looked like they were having so much fun. And then sometimes, like in May when we had that big nor'easter, I felt bad. People you couldn't even go to the beach. You couldn't even walk on the beach during that. That was crazy. Trying to see if I can hear the ocean from here, but I don't think I can. I have my window open now. So how was everybody's day so far? I'm working on the 6-day kid blanket. It's free on my website, bettymcknit.com. You can also purchase an ad-free PDF. Okay, I only did half a row, not even that time, but I'm still gonna lay it down and just do a real quick. You know, this is really helping. It is lymphatic massage oil with arnica and coconut, geranium, grapefruit, cypress, orange, lavender, and vanilla for natural lymphatic drainage. And I've just been putting it on my hands because they felt a little puffy when I woke up this morning. And then if you're worried about lymphatic drainage, your lymphatics drain up by your neck. So you want to encourage the drainage to go up, it goes up. And you don't have your lymphatic system doesn't have a pump like the heart, but it's right underneath the skin. So you can just encourage the movement upward. But yeah, this has really helped. Because I was concerned that my hands were going to swell, because sometimes they do swell. They're really oily right now, though. And it's, it's really bad for your neck to look down at your work all the time, but I wear progressive lenses, so it's easier for me to see what I'm doing if I keep my head straight. So I think that's really good for my neck. I try not to shift my neck out of alignment to the front if I can help it. I just try to keep my spine as straight as possible, support my arms as much as possible, although it's much harder to do that on a table than it is on if you're sitting in like a chair, a nice armchair with nice soft arms. It can be bad for you to lean your elbow or your arm on anything hard for long periods of time. So if you're doing that in order to crochet, find a way to cushion that surface. I'm actually using the blanket right now to cushion my arm from leaning on the corner of the table. I mean, one of the reasons why I don't like making videos is because I don't like sitting at this table, and it's painful to work at this table for a long time. So at some point in this, I might transfer to my sofa. But when I do that, there's not going to be an overhead view. So I think the overhead is more fun for people watching. Whoops. My hands are a little oily from that oil. I should post a link to that oil too. Whoops. For those of you taking care of little ones, I salute you. Today's actually my son's 29th birthday. And I love my kids, don't get me wrong, but I would I loved when they were little. I had so much fun with them. I really miss those days. And I do remember how hard it was too, but I do miss those days when they were, so active and funny and everything was adventure. And they were, it was just me and them for a lot of the time because I did homeschool for a while, and their dad was in the military, so he was away a lot, and it was sometimes just me and them 24/7, and I really miss those days. And when I moved down here, my son moved out. He moved in with some friends, but I had been living with him for about 5 years. It was just me and him, and my daughter was in and out of that house that I lived in with my son. But he has all these musical instruments that he plays. He's really musical, and he sings, and his bathroom was like right below my bathroom. In the morning I could hear him get up and go into the bathroom and start getting ready for work or whatever, and he'd start singing. As soon as he was awake, he would start singing, and when he came home from work, he would just start playing piano or one of his instruments or guitar or violin, fiddle. He had his own songs that he wrote, and he would play those and sing them and practice them and stuff. And I really miss his music. I really miss hearing his music all the time. It was never quiet. And when I moved out, I was, we talked about that I would help him take over the lease and he could bring somebody else in. And he said, well, it would have to be someone that doesn't care, that I'm doing music all the time. And I thought, wow, who would not love this? Like, I get to hear this all the time. And I really loved it, but maybe because it's my son, But I think he's really talented. And I taught him how to play the violin, so I could not be more proud. I really miss him. You should have come here to have some adventures at the doctor and pharmacy today with the littles. Well, it's no fun when they're sick, but I do love little kids. I do love little children. I love playing with them, and it really brings out my own inner child, and maybe a little bit too much at times. I forget myself, and I forget that I'm an adult, and I act dumb. The kids love it, but the parents are like, what are you thinking? Oh, good grief. Hi. I'm making this 6-day kid blanket. The yarn is Karen tea cakes. I'm trying to do it all in one day. I don't know if I'm going to make it. I'm doing a lot to take care of my body. Um, this is, let's see, this is my third tea cake. This one's called Ocean Night. I started with Dewberry Plum, and then the next one was Rainfall, and this one's Ocean Night. And there's 7 of them, and they kind of go up in order in rainbow colors. I'm using a Furls Odyssey 8mm hook. I am working it with a little tighter tension than I normally would, because I've made a bunch of these and they stretch because they're so heavy. But they're wonderful to snuggle up under the couch. And there's nothing to stop you from making it bigger. You'll just need more yarn, and this yarn is hard to come by. So if you're going to make it wider, you're going to make a larger version, then I would suggest getting 2 of each. Hi, Amy. I am trying to get this whole thing done today, so I'm only going to be stopping at the end of the row, which is when I normally stop. And I take frequent breaks because I'm taking care of my body, but I'm not going to stop or slow down on request. But I'm almost at the end of the row, so you'll see it then. I'm making the 6-day kid blanket. This is the rainbow tea cake version. I'm doing pretty good. I took a long break down at the beach. I took TikTok down to the beach with me, and that was fun. Excuse me. Well, my sister's got all the subscriber icons going. If you want to use the special icons, you can subscribe. You just got back from your blowout. How nice. I need to make a hair appointment. This is getting ridiculous. Also, it's hard to show the whole thing on TikTok, and I'm definitely not going to be bringing my phone down so I can hold it up. So I've got another view. I'm also live streaming on YouTube, so if you want to see a different view or you want to see more, you can check YouTube. But here it is so far. Give my head a little scratch. I need to chain one. All my patterns are free on my site, so you can get the 6-day kid blanket for free and work it off my site, or you can purchase an ad-free PDF. I have a pattern store right on my TikTok homepage. You home now, Amy? You crocheting? You gonna work on your man blanket? Thanks for following. Appreciate it. I do have tutorials for my blankets on my YouTube. You're doing a Tunisian crochet a baby blanket. Nice. I've done very little Tunisian crochet. It looks interesting though. Amy, it got up to 66 here. Well, thank you. Thanks for following. I asked you if you were crocheting. Hey Chicken Jay, I'm using the 6-Day Kid blanket pattern. So it consists of several different stitches, not just one stitch. Oops. Okay. $241 chains. I hope you have stitch markers. Every 25 so you don't lose count. That's a lot of stitches. Mine was only 190. But my tension is much looser with the Vanna's Choice. My swatch was 10 inches wide. Oh, I am not counting rows, but I'm on my third cake, and it takes 7 cakes. I'm this far into the third one. They have 204 yards each. Yeah, it's the Karen tea cakes. Okay, since I'm doing a marathon, I'm really sticking to my, to my self-care rules, which are to stop and lay it down at the end of every row. Take care of my body by drinking water and stretching and taking care of myself. What size blanket will it be? It'll be 50 by 60. Wait a minute. Come on, TikTok. Did you flip on me? No. Okay. So I'm on my third Karen cake. They're all different colors, and they start in the purples, and it goes through a rainbow, like purples to blues to greens, and then yellows and orange pinks, and it ends in the pink red range. It was my moderator Heather that kind of came up with this idea, and now they don't sell the Karen cakes anymore. Well, they have some in the store. I mean, you could do it with all the same color or just a couple different colors and alternate back and forth. I've definitely made this blanket with just all the same color of Karen tea cakes, and they come out amazing. You don't have to change and do all these different colors. You can just do it all in one. Pick your favorite one. 1, 2. Remembering to breathe. I'm an athlete. I'm a crochet athlete. Hey, Josephine. The stitch, I will call the stitch the 6-day blanket stitch. But not every blanket is just... There are other ways to crochet besides doing one stitch for the whole project. So that would say this is more of a pattern. It's the 6-day kid blanket. Been crocheting my whole life since I was 7. I started when I was 6 or 7 years old. Hi. Wow, I was on here earlier when you first started. You have a lot of stamina. I'm doing a marathon for the heck of it. I'm trying to do this whole blanket in one day. I don't know if I'll make it because it's 7 cakes and I'm only on my third one. I started at 11 a.m. I took a big long break and I went down to the beach and I just sat there for about a half an hour or so. But I am taking measures to protect my body and take care of my hands and my my body while I'm doing this, because I did set out to do like a whole day. Your hands would give out. I'm taking care of my hands, and I I talked about it a little bit earlier today, but if I start to have pain or it starts to get to be too much for my body, or if I have any kind of numbness or anything like that, I'm stopping. I'm not going to keep going because I'm just doing this. I don't know. It's a harebrained idea that I had where I just one day said, I bet I could make that whole blanket in one day. And so I was going to advertise that I was doing it. So I put it on my calendar and, so this is the day I'm going to do it. But I never did that. Sometimes I just don't get around to everything. So I didn't really advertise it. So then today came the day to do it, that was on my calendar. And I just thought, well, I'll just do it. I'm just going to do it. We'll see. Maybe I'll fail miserably and it'll be good that I didn't advertise it, but I'm just being stupid. But I'm gonna take that back. I'm being smart. I'm taking care of myself. Hi Ree, it's an 8 millimeter hook. The yarn is a 6 weight. I'm using a little smaller hook than what feels good and what I normally might do, but I am doing that because I've made a bunch of these blankets with this yarn and they stretch out. So I'm doing it just a little tighter. Yeah, I definitely always listen to my body, and I'm not gonna, like I'm not gonna hurt myself just to do this in one day, just because I had a dumb idea. Although it would be cool. It'll be cool to brag about it when I do it. But I'm not, definitely not going to hurt myself. And we talked a lot about it earlier. Uh, Not only do I see people hurting themselves on social media to crochet and then refusing to stop, or, giving advice to other people about what to do when you're in pain or how to keep crocheting when you're in pain. Don't keep crocheting if you're in pain. Don't just put a compression glove on and call it a day and keep going. I think those compression gloves are to help you heal from your injury. They're not to allow you to keep going when you're injured. I see those recommended all the time, and well, they might be helpful, but it's not something that I would recommend just slapping on and keep going. If you have pain, numbness, tingling, you need to stop. See your doctor. This is my first time making a blanket with Tunisian. Cool. I had one time I finished somebody's Tunisian blanket for them because they it was a project that a loved one had started but did not complete, and they wanted to know if I would complete it for them, and I did. And I had to figure out how to do it because it was Tunisian. Yeah, it's definitely it's definitely not worth it, but I thought it would be fun to try. I mean, I crochet a lot. I'm using an ergonomic hook, and I know a lot about somatics. I'm a somatic practitioner, and so I feel like I have a good relationship with my body, and like I can definitely feel that the way I'm working at this table is my shoulder on this side does not like it because it has to work. I have to hold it up. So I need yeah. My sister's saying, after this time, you should do a stretch of crocheting in the living room with your feet up. Well, I do have my feet up under the desk, and I'm leaning back too. I changed the camera angle a little bit so that I didn't have to lean forward, and also I was like stretching my arms out a really weird way before. But I'm good. But you're right. I am gonna have to move to the living room at some point. It's just a reality. I can't stay at this desk. But once I do that, I'm not gonna be set up for overhead. Yeah, I feel like an athlete. I don't know. I thought it up one day and I thought it would be fun. And sometimes I just do it messy. Have you heard that saying, do it messy? Like I'm not really 100% sure what I'm doing, but I'm going to try it. So if I do okay, if I like it, if I survive uninjured, um, and it doesn't wipe me out, having to do it, then I'll do another one. I'll schedule it so people can join in. Pick a project to try and complete in one day, or just work as much as possible on one day, and we'll take breaks and stuff. Hi, everyone. Hey, Liz. Good to see you. That's better. It feels like I'm going faster right now. It feels like I'm faster than I was when I first started. Yeah, I have heard about this, always leaving one mistake in the work so your soul doesn't get trapped in it or something. Your soul can escape. Um, I mean, I think it's a cool story, but, uh, or I've also heard people say only God can make perfection, so we should not strive to be perfect. And I mean, I don't think my soul is going to get stuck in my work. I make a ton of mistakes without trying, so it's a good reason to explain your mistakes. Yep. I am very hypermobile, so if you see me stretching my hands, or you see me stretching, um, and you feel like, oh, I'm so not flexible, because please don't model yourself after me, because I'm way too flexible. Or don't think that you have to, when you're stretching your hands, just a gentle stretch is enough. You don't have to go all the way back like I do. My hands do that. I'm very hypermobile. Did those lace makers do they have to plan their mistakes though, like that bobbin lace? Ooh, no. Okay. Two orange and one lead? You mean one red? Do you mean for tea cakes? My mistakes all happen naturally. I made a mistake in the beginning of this blanket. I didn't have the right, I must have skipped incorrectly, or I didn't count right. And I had an extra stitch. You're still working on the afternoon tea blanket? I love those colors. I love that yarn. That's one of my favorites. And Jordan Almond from that line that Karen Big Cakes. I bought a lot of that yarn too when it first came out. I still have some of it. I don't have a lot of it left. I made a lot of blankets with that. My favorite way to use the Karen Big Cakes is to use two different colorways of them. Pick two different colorways, and you need 3 of one and 2 of the other. And you use 1 for rows 2, 3, 4, and then you change for 5 and 6, the double crochet rows, to the other one. And then you go back to the first one for 7, 2, 3, 4. It's my favorite way to mix cakes, is to use one of the colors for 5 and 6 and the other one for all the rest of the rows. Hey everybody! The yarn just changed colors. I think this might be my favorite of this colorway, these blues and greens together. Oh, I just love it. It reminds me a lot of the oolong from the original tea cakes. Oh, oolong. So pretty. And I like greens too. I like the marine green. I like blue and green. So this is my favorite part of the blanket right here. This blue and green. You got some of this cinnamon swirl? That's not new. That's an old one. Is that a tea cake? Oh, Liz, I'm so sorry. I didn't know. Who's the Facebook user saying they had a lung cancer diagnosis? I'm so sorry. It's a regular size cake. I gotta go see it. I need to do a trip to Michael's. I'm gonna call Alea and have her meet me because she's up in that area where I have to go, Norfolk, Virginia Beach. I gotta go up there to shop, and she's up there, so we gotta plan a date. I gotta get myself up there. Get on up there. It's a 4-way. Buy 3, get 1 free. Debbie, stop. I gotta get on up there. Oh, that is you, Liz. I'm sorry. Oh, my friend. I'm so sorry. I wish you had checked in with us so we could know. I'm glad you're here and I'm glad you're crocheting. Glad to hear you're doing better. Amy's like running. You know what I miss AC more? I liked their yarn selection a lot. I thought they had a better selection than Joann's and Michael's. But I like Vanna's Choice. They always had a lot of Vanna's Choice. Yeah, it's Liz over on Facebook in the Facebook group. She's a long time blanketeer. Blanketeer. I'm making the 6-day kid blanket. I'm making a throw size Afghan for the couch or the bed or wherever. And let's see, it takes I'm using a 6-weight yarn. It's Karen Tea Cakes. 7 different colors. I'm on the 3rd one. I'm using an 8mm hook. And I use a Furls Odyssey crochet hook. It's the only hook I use. The pattern, the 6-Day Kid Blanket, is my design. You can find it on my site, bettymcknit.com. It's free, or you can purchase an ad-free PDF to work off of. I don't know what just happened. Something fell over in the house. It's always weird when you live alone and like something, your shampoo falls over in the shower. And it's just like, I just want to hide under the bed. That friggin' thunder and lightning woke me up the other night. It just came rolling in my mind. I just pictured something just like rolling over the ocean and coming crashing in. It was so loud. Almost at the end of the row. I'm about halfway through my 3rd cake. Not sure how much time is on my hour here. But I'm stopping at the end of every row. I'm stopping at the end of every hour. At the end of the hour, I get up out of my chair. You remember when we had classes at KC and we did a macrame one? I do not remember that. Thank you, Liz. Okay, I stop at the end of every row and lay out my work. I stop at the end of every row. I remember really getting into macrame. I feel like that was Sister Barbara. She showed us how to do it. Or maybe we learned at camp. I think you can see even more of what I'm doing over on YouTube. If you really want to like see the whole thing or see it laid out more, then maybe go over to YouTube. Because I'm not, I'd have to pull my phone down off of my setup and hold it up, and I'm not going to do that. I stop at the end of every row. I stop at the end of every cake, and I have an hour timer set for 1 hour. At the end of every hour, I get up. It's amazing the number of people that pop in and ask you to stop what you're doing and show it to them. You had a choice of different things. I did oil painting and latch hooking. I remember the latch hook. I really liked doing that. Me too. love the blues and greens in this particular cake. This one's called Ocean Night. I might have enough of the Ocean Night to do a whole blanket with. I mean, I have a lot of this yarn. I told myself that I was going to resell it, and that was the excuse that I gave myself to buy it all. But I haven't resold any of it. I've given some of it away, but I haven't resold any of it. I packed it up in, I organized it, and I packed it up in boxes, plastic bins, in an organized way. So that makes it not hoarding. Am I right? When I get up, I need to turn on that other light. Oh yeah, if you have cakes in storage, you're lucky. Because they are not, to my knowledge, they are not making these anymore. I mean, I think that they do sell some of the tea cakes still at Michael's, but it's only like a handful of colors. I don't think that you can get all the colors of this rainbow anymore. I wish they would just leave them. I wish they would just make them part of the, the regular stock, like the Karen cakes. Like, why can't they just give us the tea cakes? Come on, Yarn Inspirations. I don't know. Maybe I'll just keep tagging them. You have some cakes and bins still? Some of the favorite cakes that they oh yeah, they only, the first run that they did, they were limited. They were all limited and there were no more coming, and that was it. And I hoarded a bunch of them then. And then when I moved, I gave a lot of them away. Jordan Almond and Cookie Crumble. Oh, I love those. I have a couple that I made just with one single color. My favorite color of the first run was the sprinkle cakes, the vanilla bean sprinkle cakes, like pink and gray. Tanisha, I have heard recently that it is not good for your yarn to put them in vacuum bags, which I had yarn in vacuum bags, and it was something that I supported people to do, recommended people did, but I have recently heard that it is not actually good for your yarn to do it, that it can damage the yarn. I've never had any problem. I haven't left yarn in vacuum bags for very long. It flattens out the yarn and it doesn't puff back up. Michael says 4 colors for $9.74. Well, yes, that is a good price for them right now. Because I think they had them for $10.90 or $12.99. But they were originally $9.99. And when they went on clearance, they were like $2.99 or $3.99 each. But if that's full price and you go and use your one of your 20% off or 40% off coupons or whatever they give you, use your coupon on it and get one of them for half off or whatever off. Yeah, if you have yarn vacuumed, like squished up in vacuum bags, I would let the air in. You have a $5 reward. Oh, is that the sale price? $9.74? Wow. I'm not even halfway. Let me see. 7 cakes are required and I'm on the third one. I'm almost done with the third one, so I'm not even halfway yet. I think $12.99 is a lot for them. There's only 200 yards of yarn on them. It's 5:18 p.m. here. I've been taking ibuprofen too, which hi Leanne may also help with the swelling. Okay, what row am I on? Row 2. 1, 2, 3. Sounds like someone's got a fire alarm going off outside. It's not mine. I can hear people. Sounds like a neighbor. I'm going to have to get up in a minute and a half. I will. Oh boy. We have the YouTube. All right. Someone overcooked their dinner a little bit. That's all. I can smell it. I can smell steak. It smells like steak. It smells good. It's not a timer. Oh, yes, it is a timer. I see that now. All right. Well, that counts as my 60-minute stand-up. I feel like I said thank you. I feel like I said I was going to do something next time I got up, though. And I didn't do it. Because I was looking for the fire. This is a timer. Every 60 minutes I get up. It's not healthy to sit and crochet in one place all day. Hi, thanks for following. It is really pretty. Somebody was saying, I started researching some other yarns that could do this. Maybe there's like a 3-weight, maybe something from Hobby, one of their, they have like the same type of like cake yarns with the long color changes, right? I'd have to do a little investigating. Oh, we're changing back to blue. Takes me about an hour and a half, I think, about to get through one cake. And this is the third one. And there are 7. So I don't know. I don't know how much more I'm going to get done today. I don't know if I'm going to meet my goal, but I'm still going to keep trying. I'm going to keep going. As long as I'm not in pain or I don't have numbness or I'm not hurting myself, and at a certain point I'm gonna migrate over to my sofa and keep working over there. It won't be as much fun though because it won't be overhead. But I'm using an 8mm hook with this yarn. It's a 6-weight, but I'm working it a little tighter than I normally would because I know these blankets stretch. And I have some that have stretched out, and I wanted to just make it a little bit tighter for this one. Whoops. The yarn is Karen Tea Cakes. The color of the one I'm working with right now is Ocean Night. But this blanket requires 7 of them, and each one's a different color. And it starts out with purples, and it goes through blues and then greens, through yellow shades into oranges, and finishes up with bright pink. My son just heard the beeping and asked if our extra car jump battery was unplugged to stop the video. I know it's annoying. I kind of knew, I knew which neighbor it was, so, because I could hear them all the way from here. They live, catty corner away, and I could hear their voices. So I had a feeling I knew who it was. There were 2 of them going off at first, and then one of them stopped. But I kind of knew there wasn't a fire. Hi, thanks for the follows. Hi, everyone. Thank you for sharing the live. Thank you, everyone who followed and liked the video. Appreciate it. I'm also live streaming on YouTube. If you want a landscape view, you can watch over there. Make sure you subscribe to my YouTube channel if you do go over there. Oh, I'm sorry, Meg. What'd you do to your wrist? I'm doing a crochet marathon. I'm trying not to injure myself while I do it. I'm taking a lot of measures to take care of my body and not hurt myself. I think I'm doing okay. I'm not going as fast as I thought I would on this. I think because I'm doing it a little bit tighter than I normally would. Because I know I've worked up one of these tea cakes in like 1 hour in the past. Overworked at making Christmas gifts. See, that's what I'm trying not to do right now. I always use an ergonomic hook. And the main thing is I just try and listen to my body, and I try and I stop. So even though I like set a goal that I want to do this whole blanket in one day, I'm not going to keep going. If I, start to feel pain or too tired or any kind of numbness or anything. And I set a timer. I get up every 60 minutes. I stop at the end of the row, although I don't really think I stopped at the end of that last row too long. And I'm stopping at the end of every cake. Good night. Thanks for hanging around. Oh, Meg. I stop at the end of every row and lay out my work. I'm doing a crochet marathon. I'm trying to complete this in today. It's Karen Tea Cakes. It's a cake yarn, changes on its own, and I'm using seven different colorways of the tea cakes. This is the third one. This is 3 of 7. It's the 6-day kid blanket. The pattern is the 6-day kid blanket. The pattern's on my website. If you'd like to take a look at it, you can access it for free on my site. And if you want the ad-free PDF, you can buy that on my site as well. I think it's $4 for the pattern. It gives you resizing instructions. And there are also tutorial videos on my website that break it all down. Thanks for following. I think the other blankets that I made with this yarn, I used a 10mm hook, and they just stretched out so much over the years. Of using them and washing them, so I made this one a little bit with a little tighter tension. You're working on a moss stitch blanket? Nice. I don't think I've ever done that stitch. Well, certainly not for a whole blanket. This will be a throw size blanket. It'll be about 50 by 60. Oh, I just um had a harebrained idea to try and make it in one day. That's all. I'm doing a marathon. I just had a thought this one day. I thought I bet I could do one in one day if I really wanted to. That's all. Oh, thank you. I don't know how determined I really am because if I, if I, my body's more important than this project. So if I start to have pain or numbness or tingling or any kind of problem, my back starts hurting, I'm stopping. I'm stopping the marathon. That's all. It was just an idea. I have told myself that I am not going to go beyond midnight, but I'll be honest. I thought I'd be further along than this by now, but I think it's more important to take care of my body as I'm going along. So that's what I'm going to do. Still having fun. When it stops being fun, I'm done. Marathon's over. Or midnight, whichever comes first. Starshine Fox says, I wish you luck. I did that once, never again. What happened? It's Karen Tea Cakes. They're great. They're my favorite. I did take a nice long break today and sit at the beach for about 40 minutes. Oh my gosh. I think this will be easier to work with if I was using a 10 millimeter hook, but I wanted to use an 8 millimeter. I wanted the tighter tension. So I do think that's making it's slowing me down. Um, and making it take longer. It's also a little more hard. It's a little harder on my body. I can feel it. Yes, it's 7 different cakes and 7 different colors. This is the third of 7. So I started out with the dewberry plum, and then plum cake. Dewberry plum cake is first. Sorry. Dewberry plum cake. And then rainfall. Ocean Night, which is the one I'm working on now. Marine Green. Rainforest or Underbrush. Sunset Stroll or Cocoa. And then Wild Cherry. Hey Andrew, you're back. How you feeling? So I'm also look at that. Satisfying. Cake's almost done, ready to collapse. If you want to see more of the blanket, you know, when I spread it out or whatever, you can follow along on my YouTube channel because I'm in landscape mode over there. The colors look different though. The colors look different. I went from being healthy and staying hydrated to surviving on Swedish fish and Diet Coke. But Andrew's here, so I'm going to set a good example and drink some water. Drinking my water, Andrew. I'm staying hydrated. I'm taking breaks. I'm taking care of my hands. Taking care of my neck and back and my legs. The Bearded says, I want to start a 6-day blanket, but I have so many whips to finish first. Ah, come on. We all have a ton of whips. You're doing a California King in moss stitch? Oh my goodness. I would not be able to, yeah, I wouldn't be able to do it. Amy Graham is here. You make hats for nonprofits, and that takes a lot of my time. Well, that's cool. Just make sure you make something for yourself every once in a while. Oh, hey, Shelly. How you doing, girl? Can't sleep. So I'm back. Amy McSister. That's a good one. Thanks for sharing the live. Wow, I'm up over 100 now. Everybody share. Let's see how high I can get. A linen stitch blanket. That sounds nice. Grandma spiked stitch while watching It's for My Son will be queen sized. That's cool. A hex cardi. That's cool. Wow, what are you doing with all that black yarn? You need really good light for that. I want to make another hex cardigan. Every time I wear it, I get compliments. But I have a bunch of whips for me, for fun, and a couple commissions already in projects. In progress. The hex keeps it pushing back. Yeah, it is a better view over here. It is a better view on YouTube, but a lot more people come through on TikTok. So that's why I do both. It can be difficult to find that balance between creating for others and creating for yourself. That's true, but I prioritize myself now. I think if you prioritize making something for yourself, from time to time, then your relationship to your work will change. If you give yourself all the time and care and attention and love that you put into a project that you do for somebody else and for a gift, give yourself that gift. It's an act of self-love and self-care. I mean, why do we think why are we so like hard on ourselves? It's like somebody in my group said to me the other day, well, I wasted money on this yarn, so I have to use it. And it's like, wow, wasted money on yarn? Like, no, you bought some materials to do a craft that you enjoy. And now you're punishing yourself for that and saying it was wasted. Amy, I'll put you on the TV when Scott comes home. Scott repellent. My husband will say, oh, look, just what I want to watch. Your sister making a blanket again. Doesn't he know? There are 100 people watching me crochet right now, and he's not one of them. Oh, well. Oh, well, you're missing out. Because this is the best thing to watch. Shared the work one. Even if you know that you just have to click you just have to click like share and copy link to share somebody's video, like for the algorithm to think that you shared it. You don't actually have to send it to somebody. Even if you just click share and click copy link. It's 5:53 p.m. What time is it for you? He can't help himself. He has to click. Hi, Scott. About 25 inches, 25 and a half inches is how much I've done. today all his work girlfriends. His work girlfriends, huh? He's got work girlfriends. Okay. All right, let's keep going. Do 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 do. Don't ask me what that was. I can't play music or YouTube will demonetize me. I haven't decided who the recipient of the blanket is, but I don't crochet a lot of gifts for people. If I do crochet somebody a gift, they will know that I really love and care about them, because I don't do the make all my Christmas gifts anymore. For one thing, this is what I do. I do this to make money. So it's not the same as it was when it was just something I did as a hobby or for fun or to relax. Like, this is what I do now. And so it's not the same energy to make gifts for people. So yeah, I haven't decided what's going to happen to this blanket. It'll probably stay here at the beach house, and I've made another one just like it, so maybe I'll lay them out on the twin beds in the other room. I think that would look nice. Amy says, I really want to make a hexagon cardigan. You know what I think would be great would be a hexagon cardigan step-by-step tutorial class kind of thing. Just go step by step with everybody. I've done that one other time in my membership community, but it's something that I could do. I feel called to do it. Hi, Facebook user. Now everyone has to email Yarnspirations and say, give us those tea cakes. Give us all the colors. Give us the dewberry plum cake and the rainfall and ocean night, marine green, rainforest or underbrush. These are the colors. Rainforest or underbrush, sunset scroll, cocoa or wild cherry. Oh no, sunset stroll or cocoa. And then wild cherry is the last one. That's how much I have left of this one. It's an 8mm hook. Well, this yarn comes from Michaels, but I believe most of the colors that I just mentioned have been discontinued. But they still have a few colors that they sell. Oh, yes, I love it. It just doesn't fit in this, the smoked fruit doesn't fit in this scheme. But I have a bunch of them to make blankets with. In fact, I almost made a smoked fruit blanket today with nothing but smoked fruit, but I thought it would be more interesting to go through the different colors. But yeah, they turn out beautiful, just one colorway. You'll need 8 of them to do this, unless you want to make it bigger. I'm making the 6-day kid blanket. I'm using Karen Tea Cakes in 7 colors. They have Rainforest and Ocean Night, okay? So you need the marine green. You need the Dewberry Plum Cake. You bought the mega cakes, the anniversary cakes? I have 2 anniversary cakes. I'm going to do this. I'm going to do a marathon with them too. Just finished the 6-day kid blanket for my granddaughter with the straight edge and the scalloped, straight edge and scalloped edge. Nice. If you have 3 of them and no idea what to make, I would say get 5 more and make a 6-day kid blanket. Yeah, these were these that I have here were clearanced out over a year ago. So you would have to get them on Etsy or you know, through a swap or something like that. Or you'd have to have hoarded them like I did. I hoarded so many. Oh my gosh. I mean, in fairness, I gave a lot of them away to my faithful moderators who are part of my world online and who do a lot for me, helping me run my Facebook group. Yeah, they don't have them anymore, but they do have them. But they have what are the colors that they have? They have smoked fruit, and they have the Ocean Night, which is the one I'm doing right now. They have the Rainfall, and I think they have like the Cocoa or one of like the grays. I mean, you said you have the one that I'm working now, that's the Ocean Night. So just get like 5 more of them. And the Rainforest is this one down here, the purple and blue, and you could just combine them. Joann's does not sell these. They only come from Michaels. The Karen Tea Cakes are not at Joann's. But they have other, they have like the Big Twist. I don't know, they have those Big Twist cakes that are like multiple colors together. That might work. Those might work. Could do something along this line. They have Karen, but they don't have Karen Tea Cakes. Well, I could be wrong. I don't know everything. I don't know anything, actually. Okay, I'm setting it down at the end of every row. I'm doing it. Yeah. Whoops. Drinking my water, Andrew. I don't know if Andrew's still here. Okay, I'm going to stand up. Thank you very much. And I'm going to go grab the next color, the next cake of yarn. Thank you. It takes 7 to make the blanket, and it takes 1 to do the edge. Well, you can make the 6-day kit blanket a lot of different ways, but to do it the way that I'm doing it right here today, you need, to make a 50 by 60 inch throw with 7 points. You need 7 to make the blanket and 1 more to make the edge. If you want to make it bigger, smaller, whatever, or you want to use different color, a different yarn, make it a different size. I would check the pattern, and there's lots of information on there for making it in different types of yarn and in a different size. There is the whole blanket laid out with all the colors. So far. This one's next. It's hard to sit down because I have the chair. I have just everything just the way I want it. I have not this uncoordinated, but I do have a bunch of pillows on here to prop myself up. Okay. This chair just sounds like it's ready to just crash. It's like, enough! Honestly. Oh my gosh. Okay. I'm going to count that as my stand-up. You know that? When my 60 timer goes off. Then I have to stand up again. I'm failing. Yes, the pattern is free on my website. It's the 6-day kit blanket. And if you want an ad-free copy, you can purchase one. You can access my pattern store right through my TikTok page. This is the 6-day kit blanket. And the version that I'm making is, it's been upsized from the blanket in the pattern. BettyMcKnit.com. You have to use the chart at the end of the pattern to resize, make a swatch and resize. If you're going to use this exact yarn, it's going to be just a little bit different. Thanks for sharing the video. Feels like summertime. Like it really does. You're taking a nap? Oh, man. I'm so jealous. I want to take a nap. I think I'm asleep. I think I'm sleep crocheting. I don't know. I mean, I took that big break before this cake here. I don't know. Maybe I should take another one around like 7 or 8 o'clock. We'll see how I do. I mean, I did 2 cakes and then I took a big break. So maybe I'll do like one more cake and take another big break. We'll see. We'll see. I feel good right now. So I'm going to be crocheting in my sleep. Thanks for the rose. Appreciate it. TikTok's gonna love me. I've been live all day. Probably never ever let me download the video. Where's the end? Okay. This is my 3rd cake. And there are 7. And the edge is 1. But I did decide I wasn't going to do the edge on the live. I'm just going to try and do the 7 cakes. So I'm only 3 in, and I've been at it since 11 a.m. I don't know how if I'm going to make it. I'm not going past midnight. I have said that. I'm not going to go past midnight. I don't know if I'll make it to midnight, but I'm not going to go past midnight. So that's that. Hi. Changing to, this is my 4th cake that I'm starting. This one is the marine green. So it's going to start coming in with the yellows. Hi, Jenny. Yeah, the marine green and the ocean. Yes, it's the tea cakes. I don't know exactly how big it is. I measured it just a little while ago, but I forget um, how big it was. But the finished size is 50, about 50 by 60. Yeah, I love the blues and greens. This is the 6-day kid blanket. I'm making a chunky version. Using an 8mm hook and what? Tension's a little bit tighter than I normally would do for this project, but these blankets stretch. They're really heavy and they stretch out. I've made a bunch of them, so I do know that they stretch when you use them, when you wash them. They relax a lot. Hi, Melanie. This blanket, this version takes 8 tea cakes. It's the 6-day kid blanket. And I started with the dewberry plum cake. And after that, I did rainfall and then ocean night. And now I'm on marine green. And after marine green is rainforest, which you can also use underbrush if you have underbrush. You can do rainforest or underbrush, sunset stroll, or cocoa. And then the last one is wild cherry. And then I'm going to edge it in storm, I think. I think what I have is storm. Total of 8 tea cakes. Yeah, these are gone. I don't know. I keep trying to get them to sell them again, but they only have a very limited number of colors at Michael's right now, and they raised the prices to $12.99. I bought all of these on clearance when they came out last year, when they were clearanced out. It was really 2021, the end of 2021, when I bought them all. So they've been stashed for a while. What's the second version? Which version do you mean? Because there are a lot of versions. It's really hard to lay the whole thing out on screen for you guys on TikTok. So if you really want to see it all, then follow along on YouTube. Go over to the YouTube channel and follow it there because you can see more of it. You can see almost the whole thing over there. I think $12.99 is a lot. I did not pay that for these. I bought them on clearance and I stashed them. You can also do this with the older tea cakes too, if you have the original version. The colors for that in the old version, it starts with winterberry. It goes winterberry, lady gray, oolong, green tea, maple matcha, ginger spice, pumpkin spice, and then you can use any color for the edge. Yeah, when I see them, I usually hoard them because I used to work at Michael's and I know that they don't restock them. They're seasonal, one time only thing, and they get them in and that's it. And I don't know, a while ago I was emailing Mikey about something, I don't know, from Crochet Crowd, and I said, "You gonna get in? Are they gonna do these tea cakes again?" And he said, "I doubt it." And then he said something about, all the yarn companies are struggling with supply chain issues. So I thought, well, we probably aren't going to see these anymore. And then I noticed that Michael's had like 4 colors still of the tea cakes that they were selling in their regular stock. So I thought maybe those guys got lost somewhere with these supply chain issues. And that's why we have these 4 colors still of these tea cakes. I have never seen Karen tea cakes at Joann's, but you're the second person that has said you saw them there. So maybe Joann's is picking them up. Wouldn't that be awesome? We can all stop shopping at Michael's. I mean, the 6-day kid blanket is great because you can make it so many different ways and you don't ever feel like you're repeating yourself. Yes, I was talking about AC Moore earlier today on this marathon, crochet marathon. I miss AC Moore. I really liked them. Hi, Della. Yes, the Storm is one of the ones that they sell. But I mean, you can combine them. I think the most beautiful one is Ocean Night and Marine Green. Those are my 2 favorite colorways of well, I like the smoked fruit too, which I think you can still get at Michael's, but it doesn't go in this. It doesn't go in this colorway, setup that I've come up with. I didn't think it fit in. There were a couple of the colors that I didn't feel fit in the sequence, so they didn't get used. Like I think there's one called Gull or Seagull, and it was like gray and dark blue, and it just didn't go in the rainbow sequence. But yeah, you could get 8 of the smoked fruit, and I plan on doing that. I have a bunch of those smoked fruit. I probably have enough of that for at least 2 blankets. I mean, I almost did that today. I almost did the smoked fruit because I thought, oh, people are going to want to know where they can get these, and I know they can get the smoked fruit, but they can't get a lot of these colors, But you can still do this. You could just get 8 of the Ocean Night and make a 6-day kid blanket with that, and it will be amazing. It'll be really beautiful. Thanks for the follow. And you can always follow me on YouTube too if you want to watch this back at any time and, remember what I did or what the sequence was or what the name of anything was or what size hook I used. Oh, that's my 60 minutes. I felt like it was kind of about time. All right. Well, the shortest one is 15, but I'm not going to be gone that long. But I am going to get up and I'm going to take a bio break. I'm going to take care of my body and stretch a little bit. Get some more water. I'm not going to do any dishes. You can't make me. Oh, Shadowberry. I love that one. I remember that color. It's a gift you made in 2019. Oh, that's nice. All the colors that I like the most are always the ones that they discontinue. Like, I really liked the blue Hawaiian. And they discontinued it. Hola, Bella. Doing a little crochet yoga since I've been crocheting all day. I always stretch my hip flexors when I get up. You've been sitting for a long time. Yes, wasn't it? I did a lazy mix of blue Hawaiian with not Shadowberry, Nightberry. There was one called Nightberry that was like dark blues and grays, and I did a lazy mix of the Nightberry and the blue Hawaiian. That was a gift I made for myself. because I love Hawaii. I'm really sticking to my routines here, because I have been crocheting all day, and I'm going to keep crocheting, and I just want to take care of my body while I'm doing it. So if I start to have pain or numbness or tingling or anything of that nature, I'm going to stop. Okay. So one thing I'm doing is I'm setting this for 60 minutes. And every 60 minutes I get up out of my chair, and that's what I just did because this went off a little while ago, just for anyone who hasn't been here. Yeah, so I'm going to set this again, 60 minutes, and get back to work. I also lay my work down at the end of every row and admire it and check it over. The color they discontinued was Mexicana yarn from Red Heart. I don't use a lot of Red Heart. I like Lion Brand a lot. I really liked these cakes, Karen cakes, when they came out. There's that noise again. Oh yeah, that's true. And we crochet for everybody else and not ourselves. So that's why I crochet for myself first now. And I mean, a lot of the time when I make things now, I'm making my own designs. So I hang on to a lot more. I used to design something, make it, give it away, move on to the next thing. But now I try to hang on to at least one sample of everything, and I'm having to go back and remake samples of some of my designs because I didn't hang on to them. I gave them away, and now I'm getting ready to write a book. And I've been approached by Annie's, I don't know, a little over a year ago, and they wanted to sell my patterns and they wanted to photograph them themselves, and I didn't have samples for a lot of the things they wanted to photograph, so I had to scramble and I had to make stuff. So now I don't give as much away. It's part of my business, so it's just a little different, but I do crochet for myself and knit for myself more than I used to. Once upon a time before, I was a crochet designer and I just did this for myself, and I would crochet gifts for family. I probably over gifted people, and I made things for people who didn't appreciate it, and I knew they wouldn't appreciate it, and they weren't kind about it. So I don't do it anymore. And when I do it, it's because I really love somebody and I want to, and I make something unique to them. I don't just like, oh, everybody's getting the da-da-da scarf this year, or I'm making a bunch of hats and everyone's getting a hat. I don't do that anymore. If I want to make something for somebody, it's because I want to express how much I love them and care about them, and I make something unique to them. And I use colors I think they'll like, and I use a pattern that I think they'll like. If they don't seem like a shawl person, I don't make them a shawl. Or if they don't seem like the type of person that would like to have a crochet blanket on the back of the couch, I don't make them that. You can't make things for people and then expect them to use them and like them and get upset if it's not their style. And I will tell them too, if it's not your style, if it's not your thing, just re-gift it. give it to somebody who will love it, but it's, but yeah, I make something unique for that person. Exactly. But I think because I don't just do it for everybody now, and I when I do it, I do it from the heart. And then if they don't like it, they don't like it. If they don't like the item, they don't like the item. I don't have to be upset by that. I don't know, just for me it just makes it easier to let go. It's like, oh, I made this thing for this person, and they, what maybe wasn't their cup of tea, but it was an expression for me. So I don't get like hung up on it anymore. But I would never make anything for anybody if I had an inkling that they would poke fun at it, make a joke about it, not take it seriously, not understand that that was a gift from the heart from me. Yeah, I only make stuff for people. Like when they get it from me, it's like, you know, I only make things for people that I love. Sometimes family doesn't. My family does. My family of origin does. And when I went through this time where I had made, I used to make stuff for everybody. And then one time I said, oh, I'm going to go visit the yarn store while I'm here. And they said, don't. This was my ex-in-law's family. Don't make any more hats for us. We will not wear them. That is embarrassing. My so and so will wear it, and I'm embarrassed of it. So basically, you're embarrassed of the hat I made, and because the person I gave it to that you're married to wears it, and you're embarrassed. So after that, I was like, wow, people are like embarrassed of the stuff that I made. And so I stopped making stuff for a while, and then it was my family of origin that was like, what happened to all the stuff you used to make? Like, we really love that stuff. We cherish those things. And you haven't made stuff in a while. And I said, yeah, well, I stopped because of this, comment that was made. And they were like, well, we don't feel that way. And, my nieces started asking me for things, and, and I could tell they really meant it. I could tell it wasn't just like aw, we don't want you to feel bad. Like, they really meant it. So, yeah, I make things for people again. Somebody on TikTok did say that Mexicana by Red Heart was discontinued. Yes, I was reading a comment from TikTok. Yeah, that was my mother-in-law. I mean, rest her soul. She never liked me, probably still hates me wherever she is. But that was unbelievably mean to say, don't make any more because my husband wears it and I'm embarrassed when he does. I made her a lot of really nice things, actually. I made her a really beautiful knitted Afghan one year, and she took us on a trip to Ireland. There was a family trip to Ireland, and she paid for us to go. And I made her a really beautiful shawl to take on the trip, which she did take on the trip, and she genuinely did seem to love, but it was beautiful. It was beautiful. It was made with lace weight wool. It was a square shawl. Really beautiful pattern. It was really nice. She appreciated that, I could tell. She didn't take it off the whole time, if I remember right. There was a short period of time around in there that we were getting along. And then something happened. Hmm. 15-year-old boy on Good Morning America today, crocheting, making beautiful things. That's cool. Was it Jonah? Jonah can't be 15 by now. Could he be? He's not that old, is he? He is. He's 15. Was it Jonah? Oh my gosh, I can't believe he's 15. Yeah, he's pretty well known, actually. He has he like went viral and became famous when he was like 9. He started crocheting, and he went, his mom was like in all the groups, and everyone kind of got to know him in the Facebook groups in the crochet world, and then all of a sudden he was on the news. And then he was on some show that I think was on HBO about crocheting, and no, it was about crafting. And so he was on that. He was on, I forget what it was called, but he was on the very first episode of it, and he won. Of course, he won. He was crocheting something really fast, and they were like their face, the judge's face is like about how fast he was crocheting. I was like, oh yeah, that's Jonah. And he's, I guess, was adopted from Ethiopia, so he has a charity that supports the village where he was born, I guess. Seems like a really good little guy. I always wanted to like race him to make a 6-day blanket. I'm always like, I wonder how long it would take you to make a 6-day blanket, Jonah. Probably 6 minutes. Because he goes so fast. He's even faster than me. And I think I'm pretty fast. But he's faster than me. Oh, thank you, Donna. It's so sweet. Thanks for watching all day. I'll put another one of these on the I'll like schedule it and announce it next time so that people can join in and take breaks with me, and you name it. Nurse Gal is making a blanket for myself. Never made anything. Good for you. Good for you. And I hope you're making yourself the perfect blanket. The perfect blanket. I'm telling y'all, when you do it for yourself, you will have a different relationship with the things that you make. I mean, if you want other people to appreciate your work, make something for yourself that you will appreciate. You know what I'm saying? My daughter told me I should make one for everybody in our family. Are you making a 6-day kid blanket? I mean, a lot of people do make the 6-day kid blanket for everybody in the family, because you can make it different every time, and it like looks the same but different. And then if you get tired of the straight back and forth 6-day kid blanket, you can switch to the 6-day star blanket. And then when you get sick of doing the 6-day star blanket, you could do the 6-day superstar, and then the supernova. And then if you ever get sick of doing that, you could either go back to the regular 6-day, or you could do the 6-day granny square or great granddaddy blanket. And then by the time you do all that, you'll be ready to go to the oh, Doje on YouTube. Oh, okay. Gotcha. Thank you. Gotcha. Yeah, we were talking about business before. Did you find the link to the business thing in my, if you look at, check my link tree, I'm doing a business mastermind. It starts on February 2nd. I think that's right. It's going to be on Thursdays at 10. I'm doing it for 8 weeks. And then hopefully the members of the mastermind will continue on beyond the 8 weeks to continue to support each other in a mastermind group. That's my vision. But yeah, I'm going to teach monetizing free crochet. And that's mostly what I do. I think you did talk about making though. You wanted to do more of a maker's business. I love that the green is coming in. I love green. Oh yeah, you're doing school. Been doing school all day. Gotcha. If you're on YouTube and you can see me, there it is. Thanks for following. Oh, I'm so happy about this green. I love green. Hey, Melinda, thanks for following. My sister told me to take a break at 7:30. I think that might be about right. I might take a break. This will be my fourth. This is my fourth of 7 tea cakes. Number 4 of 7. So I'll have 3 more to go after this. Does anybody ever crochet along going, this is number 4, 3 more to go. 4 down, 3 to go. And then you go on to the next row and you're like 5 down, 2 to go. 5 down, 2 to go. This is 5. I have 2 more. I hold my hands the same way you do. My grandmother said I was doing it wrong, but I didn't listen. And she said I wasn't taking it seriously because I was putting the yarn between my toes. She said, "You're not taking it seriously. You're not a big girl." I think she said, "You're not a big girl." Anyone else goes ding, ding, ding after each round? Nope. No one's doing that. Only you. I really miss it when you're not here, too. This is the 6-day kid blanket. I'm making it with Karen tea cakes in 7 different colors. This is the 4th color. Oh, wow, cool. I'm doing a crochet marathon today, so I have been here since 11 a.m. crocheting, and I am committed to taking care of my body, so I'm taking frequent breaks. And if I start to have any kind of pain or numbness or tingling or any signs at all that I should stop, I'm going to stop. or when it hits midnight and I'm stopping. I'm going to attempt to make a blanket just so I can go ding, ding, ding. Okay. I think the 6-day Superstar blanket is the best 6-day blanket. I mean, nothing really replaces the original back and forth chevron 6-day blanket. Um, it's a work of art, in my opinion, if I do say so myself. It's a really good pattern. Um, and there's, just no limit to the ways that you can make it. You can make it so many different ways. But I do like going around and around. And I like the way the Superstar looks at the end. It's the closest thing to what would be considered circular, I guess. I love it. It's my favorite. It's the most mindless. If you've never done a blanket, I would do the star. I'd do the 6-day star blanket. They look amazing as scrap blankets if you just take all your leftovers and just start working up your leftover yarn, especially if you have a bunch of yarn that's like the same brand of yarn. Like a bunch of scraps of this would be, a really cool star blanket. But yeah, they look really good as scrap blankets. And it's very easy. You only need to know how to do, single crochet, double crochet, double crochet 3 together, and chains. That's it. I think the pattern is pretty straightforward because I don't get a lot of people hung up on that one. Sometimes little snafus here and there, but I don't have a lot of people that are like hung up on that blanket and can't figure it out. Look at that blue and that green. That blue and that green. That is beautiful. Somebody, I mean, there have been a few people on TikTok who have said, oh, I've never made a blanket. I just can't commit to that much. But I'm going to try this 6-day star blanket because, it's only going to take me 6 days. And so I think I can do that. And the one creator, oh gosh, I don't remember her name or her handle now. She is young. She's a young girl. I think she might even be like in high school. And she does a lot of knitting. She knits a lot. Really beautiful, like fine knit sweaters. And she does just absolutely beautiful work. And I was thrilled. She said she was going to make a 6-day star blanket because she's never made a blanket before. And so she broke her blanket curse on the 6-day star blanket, and she did it. I think she completed the whole thing in 5 days. I don't think she even went to 6 days. And she did her colors like in a rainbow, starting from the center and going out. And it was just an incredible blanket. I wish I could remember her name right now. But I don't know, if you search 6-day star blanket on TikTok, you might find it. It'll probably come up. I think her call sign might be something like 0. And that blanket was beautiful. And she did her edge in like a boucle, kind of fuzzy boucle yarn to make the edge, and it was really cool. Looks really nice. Don't say that, Andrew. You're not going to struggle with it. Besides, I'm here. You have access to me. I will help you. But you won't need it. You won't need my help. Thank you, Pam. Anyone over on YouTube a mod? We got 69mega.com over there spamming me. Thanks for sharing the live. Appreciate it. Ooh. I'm starting to get a little soggy. Thank you. Andrew, were you able to get your yarn over by your bed so you could reach it? And are you able to crochet on your bed rest? C2C baby blanket. Okay. I'm going to lay it down and admire it. TikTok, I'm sorry, you're not going to be able to probably see as much of it as YouTube can. There goes my stomach again. This pattern is called the 6-Day Kid Blanket. And I'm using Karen Tea Cakes in 7 colors. I'm on the 4th of the 7 colors, and this one's called Marine Green. So I started out with Dewberry Plum Cake, and then I went to Rainfall, Ocean Night, and now I'm on Marine Green. After this, I have 3 more left. 8 rows in and you quit C2C because it's boring. Boring AF. To put not too fine a point on it, it's boring. I would die of boredom. Well, you'll never get bored with the 6-Day Kid Blanket. it's just enough repetition to make it easy to remember and do, but it's just enough variation to make it interesting and keep you from getting bored out of your mind. And I'm telling you, I have people in my group that have made dozens of them. People who have, made a couple and like, okay, I'm going to make something else now. And then they try to make something else and they're like, I just can't. They come back to the 6-day blanket. It's very addictive. It's a very addictive little pattern. The star blanket makes a really nice baby blanket. The 6-day star. Thanks for following. There goes my stomach again. It is easy, Andrew. It's not that hard. The hard part is getting the counts to come out right on the second row. And that's where people get stuck and frustrated and they say, I can't figure it out. But what will help is if you just do a swatch, like I recommend. And everybody says, oh, I never swatch. I didn't need to swatch for anything. And if you're saying that, you don't know what you're doing. I feel that strongly. It only takes about a half an hour to an hour to do the swatch. And then you learn it. You put all your frustration into the swatch. Don't chain 207 or 205 or whatever the right number would be. And then try to learn that row 2 on that, because it's going to come out wrong at the end. You're going to end up with, too many stitches or not enough stitches, or it's going up and not down and I don't know what I did. And then you have all that to undo. If your count's off or whatever, it's a recipe for frustration. So the path of least frustration to your first 6-day kit blanket or star blanket is just to make that little swatch on 37 chains. And then you measure it, you make sure you're going to end up with a blanket that's the size you want it to be. You measure it out, and just blindly following my instructions, will probably turn out okay, but it's possible your tension isn't the same as mine. It's possible that you want to use different yarn, or you want a different size than what's in one of the patterns, so make the swatch, measure it, multiply it out, make the perfect blanket. Even if you're doing the star blanket first, you should make the swatch, because it has all the stitches in it that you'll need to do. And if you can do that, it'll give you a little taste of what the star blanket's going to be like. The star blanket's a little easier than the 6-day. Start in the middle, you work your way around. Once you figure it out, it just goes so fast. The star blanket goes so fast. Well, the blanket is only going to take 6 days if you do 7 peaks or less. If you upsized it and it's more than 7 peaks, it's going to take longer than 6 days. I mean, that was the original pattern, was 5 weight yarn, and it was a toddler size blanket, and I think it had 6 peaks. And it came together really quick, and that's where the name came from. I didn't think that 10,000 people were going to download my pattern in one day and want to make this blanket a million different ways. And if I had known that or thought ahead, I might not have called it the 6-day blanket. But if I hadn't called it that, it might not be that popular. But I swear, I'm not trying to dupe anyone, like has been suggested to me many times. You have 17 peaks. Oh, no wonder. You started in November and it's 90% done, and this is only January. You're doing pretty darn good. You are doing pretty darn good, because that's a 6-year blanket right there. 17 peaks. Y'all are crazy. The highest I've ever gone is 12, I think, or 14. I think I did 14 one time. That's a lot. Why y'all gotta make these king size blankets? What? Why? I'll tell you what, I have my star blanket. It's a normal size star. Oh, please do. Listen, if you tag me, if you make my pattern and you make a video and you tag me, I'm reposting. I repost everything I'm tagged in. Everything. There's the bottom. Here's the top. Yeah, TikTok, I'm sorry, you're not going to be able to see the whole thing. It's getting really big. 17 points. Y'all kids are crazy. I think I even say that in on one of the patterns. Like, if you're going to go bigger than this, like, figure it out yourself. If you're going to make it bigger than this, you're crazy. Yes. Mine are not curling. There are several things that you can do, and I think it does say it in the pattern. What am I doing? I'm on row 5. You can work from back to front. You can work an extended double crochet. You can, I don't do an extra chain anymore. I used to chain 4 instead of 3, but I don't do that anymore. That's a little bit too much. But I I work from back to front on the last stitch of every row, and then I do an extended double crochet on the rows that end with double crochet. That's what I do, and I don't curl anymore. My ends used to curl really badly too. And then when you put your edge on it, it'll relax out a little bit, and then yeah, the border will straighten it, and then you do, put it in the wash, and or wash it or get it wet, lay it all the way out on the king size bed or wherever, and get it wet, spray it with water, or soak it, and however you're going to wash it, and then lay it out on the bed, and stretch it all out, and just shape it out really nice, and it'll flatten down. It'll go down. When I work my border, especially if it's curling, I do not work over the stitches into the holes on that um, first single crochet round for the border. I go into the stitches and I use the stitches like I treat them like foundation chains, and I work into the stitch instead of around the stitch into the holes. I go into the stitch like as if it's a chain. I'm pretty sure I explained that in the pattern too. Yeah. I feel like it's more even that way. The edge, it looks more even, and I like that little line that's created underneath. It's, to me, it just looks really nice and even, and I don't happen to think that when you work into the holes it doesn't look even to me. But I know a lot of people do it, so I'm not going to say that it's wrong. It's just not what I like. Thank you. NSSLK, however you say that. Thank you very much. I think you're amazing too. Trying to see if I can hear the ocean. I think that's what I'm hearing. I'm not sure though. Oh, okay. Whoops. I have a lot of free resources in my Facebook group. Honestly, I'm going to take some stuff. I'm not going to take it out of there, but I'm going to also repost some of my frequently asked questions from my Facebook group on my website, because there's a lot of information in that group. And Facebook don't do nothing for me. I'll just say it. I used to be able to tag my products in my group, and I can't tag my products in my group anymore. Good night, my dear. Yeah, Andrew. Andrew, you're laughing at me because I said Facebook don't do nothing for me. They just want us to buy ads. I used to have my shop integrated, but you can't sell digital stuff in Facebook. Come on, Facebook. It's 2023. We're all selling digital stuff. Let us do what we want. Stop being so stupid and stop ruining Instagram. We want to post our photos there. We don't want to do reels over there. Stop making us do reels. I know we're all on Facebook. I mean, I have a beautiful group over there. Yes, we're angry middle-aged women. Stop making us more angry. Soothe us. Well, the kids aren't over there. Hi, Peggy. You're not going to be able to see it all on TikTok. It's too big. But you can see more of it on my YouTube channel if you really want to see more of it. And I lay it down at the end of every row. I lay it out, so I'm not going to stop in the middle of the row to lay it out. We ain't got time for that crap. You're right about that. Yes, it is. It's a Furls Odyssey hook. It's an 8mm hook. Oops. Ooh, I like this green too. Yes, I'm live on YouTube and in Facebook. So they can hear me. Facebook can hear me. I don't even want to say that word over here on TikTok or YouTube. TikTok, YouTube, Facebook, Instagram. For me they are. I would definitely only buy the Odyssey hook if you hold your hook like I do. I know I'm screaming, right? Um If you hold your hook like I do with the overhand butter knife hold or whatever you call it, then the Odyssey, I guess, is the right hook for you. I don't think they're good for pencil hold. So if you hold your hook underhand, I would reach out to Furls and ask them first which hook of theirs they recommend for you. And then I would get one in your favorite size and try it first before you invest. I happen to just really love these hooks. They really work for my hand. I must, because I crochet as as my whole business is crochet. So I must use an ergonomic hook. I cannot use anything else. I have to take care of my body. I'm almost at the end of this row, so I'm going to lay it out when I get there to the end of the row. If you crochet a lot, you definitely should be investing in good hooks. A good ergonomic hook. If you crochet every day, you will notice a difference. I definitely do. And it's one of the reasons why, okay, so this is, somebody asked me about the edges curling. This one I'm working front to back, so I don't do every row from back to front, but on almost every double crochet row, I do the extended double. I'll do it again. Did you see that? If I were working it from back to front, I would go this way and pull up a loop and then just pull through one. That's extended double. And then pull through two, pull through two. It makes just a little bit taller stitch. Okay. Now I'm going to lay it out as best I can, and I'm going to use the restroom, so this is probably the best I can do with showing the whole thing. It's too big. Oh, and there goes my camera. Lay it out and admire it. Well, since I'm up, I might as well do my yoga. Hi, lovely. Do you make bed sheet double size? No. You found a skein of yarn that your cat got into to detangle and cake. Well, I hope they didn't mess it up too bad. Ah. That's going to be the next one. If I didn't love said cat so much, he might become dinner. I don't know. Is that yummy though? That's how much is left of this one. And then this is going to be next. Can never get my edges straight. I can do sweaters or anything else, but I can't get my edges straight to save my butt. You mean on your 6-day kid blanket? Hello, Indonesia. So wonderful to see you. Thanks for stopping in. I'm from the South, like the part of the South that road possum is food. Okay. I don't know. It would be pretty hard to not get your edges straight on the 6-day kid blanket. It tells you exactly what to do. You're a crocheter too, Amu? Amu Rajut. Amu Rajut. What kind of things do you crochet in Indonesia? Hi, Angie. I feel like I missed some things over in the comments. I'm seeing laughing faces. Oh, the name of the Facebook group. It's a 6-day kid blanket group on Facebook. Got a bunch of people over there all making 6-day kid blankets, 6-day star blankets, 6-day hexagon cardigans, granny squares, all the 6-day stuff. Wanda says, just learn how to. Rajut is Indonesia language of crochet. So Rajut means crochet. I'm from the Midwest. I live in Milwaukee, Wisconsin. I'm from Pittsburgh, but I live on the Outer Banks. Cool. Yeah, there are tons of free resources for helping you make the 6-day kid blanket and all the other stuff, and I'm available in there. And I have moderators from the US, Canada, and Australia. So there are people there answering questions. If you're on Australia time, there are people that are there answering questions uh, in Australia while I'm sleeping. Um, just about to make a colorful ring neck with crochet. Cool. Aussie! I love the Aussies. You live near the Great Lakes. That's cool. I also have a paid membership community with lots of extras, and you will have even, if you're in that community, you have really much more up close and personal access to me. I have I have Zoom meetings with Craft and Chat, where you can just ask me straight up questions, um, and just hang out. It's really fun. And there's a lot of extra stuff too, stuff I haven't published out in the real world. 6-day crochet would be 6 months for me to do. Nah, you'd be surprised. Just don't upsize it into a king size blanket. It's 6 days was meant to be toddler size, and then these people are doing king size blankets. This is the yarn that I'm using right now. Is this Karen Tea Cakes? I'm doing 7 different colors. I'm on the 4th one of 7. You love how mad we are. I do love how mad you are. Let's get madder. You never used it? It wasn't available for very long. Hi, Nadia. Okay, I'm on TikTok now. Hi, Jenny. Yeah, this is 100% acrylic yarn. I don't think it has any wool in it. Lake Michigan. I'm doing the 6-day kid blanket, which is a type of ripple stitch. It's a chevron. Oh, I got a knot. It is fun. I've been having so much fun today. It's been a great day. I still feel good. I am taking care of my body, and I'm getting up out of my chair once every hour, and I'm stopping at the end of every row. I'm stretching. I'm paying attention to my body. I'm feeling good. I feel really good. I have my legs propped up. Hey, I am a Mad Hatter. Yes, you are. Hey, Naya, thanks for following. Whose pattern are you using? It's mine. It's the 6-day kid blanket. I'm Betty McKnit, and I designed this. It's free on my website, bettymcknit.com. Ad-free PDF copy is available for purchase. There are infinite different ways to stripe this blanket with different colors, different edges. You will never get tired of it. Nobody can make just one. It's completely addictive. Uh-oh, that's an hour. I'm going to finish this row. You're welcome. Okay, I'm going to finish the row, and I did just get up out of my chair, and I got to get up again. Oh. If you're on for a certain amount of time, I think TikTok doesn't believe you're, still whatever. I don't know. But people have been doing weird things like pretending to sleep while they're live or letting the live go while they're sleeping. I don't know. I'd see some weird things. What's with these people who pretend they're sleeping and then they have a sign that says, um, you know, this, don't sound so happy about it. um, you send this certain type of gift and it will make a loud noise, or, and then they act like they're trying to work or they're trying to sleep, and the loud noises and the gifts and stuff are keeping them awake or getting them in trouble. And have y'all seen these lives? I tried reporting them because I was so irritated by them. I thought they were dumb as all get out. They have a cry face filter on. Do y'all know what I'm talking about? Does anyone know what I'm talking about? Thanks for following. Yeah, you see those? It is really weird. And I reported it because I was like, this makes me so uncomfortable. Reported a bunch of them, but TikTok didn't care. They were just like, move along, mama. Just keep scrolling, mama. Now I have to stand up again. Here, I'll put it like this. Then you can see. This is the bottom and this is the top. You can see all the colors. Oh. I wish I didn't have to get up. I truly wish I did not have to get up right now because I was just really nicely settled into that chair. It was just forming perfectly to my body. I felt so supported. Does anybody remember, like about 2 hours ago, I said when I get up, I'm going to do that. I'm going to do this or that, or I'm going to whatever. I don't friggin' remember what I said. I'm going to close my window. At least close it down a little bit. I need one of those zero gravity chairs. I have a couple of them out on my front porch and I don't really like them. Beautiful colors, just like the sweater you did a while ago. Oh yeah. You've been on here since 12:30 p.m. Well, thanks for hanging out. I think I started at 11. I came on at about 11 and I have been I started at about 11:15. I actually started crocheting. The blanket requires 7 Karen tea cakes and I'm on my 4th one. So it's 4 out of 7. Do you have to manually type it out? It doesn't come up? Man. My sister told me to take a break at 7:30, but I don't want to. So when she comes back, when you came on, I had just started the second. When my sister comes back, don't tell her I didn't take a break at 7:30. She's taking a nap. She thinks she can take a nap and tell me what to do. She can step off. Thank you, Jenny. Jenny's got my back. She'll lie for me. I will lie for you. All right. I'll put another 60 minutes, excuse me, on the timer. And that's my get up out of the chair timer. And let's see. I stop at the end of every row and I lay it down. And I stop at the end of every cake and lay it down. It's getting to be too big to lay the whole thing down and show you the whole thing. I don't know what I'm gonna do, but we'll figure it out. I love this color of blue, green, whatever it is. I love it. I guess people are still going to come in and say, could you spread it all out so we could see the whole thing? Just, okay. No, I'm working. I think I'm getting a little loopy. I'm getting loopy. I think I started out loopy and I just kept getting loopy. Loopier and loopier. I'm working here. Everybody's on their best behavior because you're here. This cake seems like it's going by really fast, and maybe it's because it's the one I like the most. Marine green and the ocean night are my two favorites. And I do think I have enough of them that I could make a blanket with just those two, which I think would be really beautiful. Maybe I'll do that next. I don't remember. Not me, I'm the class clown. That's funny. The village idiot. Come on now. Jenny. Oh my gosh. You are so funny. I'll never forget that one time you and PETA came on my live and people were asking where you were for weeks after that. Where's those Australian ladies? They were so funny. I just sat there not getting a word in edgewise the whole time while the two of you just like did it like it was like comedy hour. It was so friggin' hilarious. My dad was around me. My dad and my brother would have pun wars. Oh my gosh. I guess that would be better than them playing the fart game. I hate the fart game. And no alcohol was there was no alcohol involved. Come on. I can't drink and crochet on a live. Come on. I'll screw it up. Somebody said that looks like a furls hook. It is. It is a furls hook. Remember the dog? Yes, the dog came and sat on you guys. I don't know. Maybe y'all were drinking and I wasn't aware, but I was not aware. That was funny. You guys were funny talking about the whoever the politician was, the I don't know, some politician that you all thought was really attractive. You were calling him the silver fox. And all these Aussies were like chiming in like, "Oh yeah, he's hot." And it was like the equivalent to our like Fauci, right? The health officer. Yeah, the chief health officer. You guys are like, we'll do anything he says. He's hot. It was funny. Mom would tell you to stop it because of the puns would drive her crazy. Yep. My daughter used to like to play this game in the car, and it was called something crazy like, uh, guess what I'm thinking? And you'd have 20 guesses. You know, it's like 20 questions, but it's her version of it. And you would say, is it this? Nope. Is it this? Nope. It's not that. Okay, I give up. What is it? And it would be something like, a ram a lam a ding dong a reap rap roop. Like it would be like something she just made up in her head that you could never ever guess. Just be like, oh my God. What? One time her thing that we all had to guess what she was thinking was a whole lot of nothing with a cherry on top. Oh man, my kids were funny. I mean, they still are. They have really, really good senses of humor. But that, you know, she tried to play that game like with other relatives, and they were not quite so amused. They were apparently not used to letting little kids win the game, and they were like getting mad. And she was cheating. A whole lot of nothing with a cherry on top. What do you mean? 1, 2, 3. I'm on the granny row again. Woo! Oh man, I cracked myself up. I guess you got to keep yourself entertained when you're doing a crochet marathon. 6-day kid blanket marathon. I'm almost done with the 4th one. Is it only the 4th one? Or is it the 5th? It's the 4th. It's only the 4th one. I love when the yarn has a big hole in the middle of it like that. It's going to collapse though. A yarn donut. Oh yeah, yarn donut. It's very cool. You know what I hate is having to pull a skein of yarn from the outside. Ugh, that's the worst. I never do it if I don't have to. Unless I have to. 1, 2, 3, 4. My shoulders are starting to get a little sore. Hey, Andrew. Over on both platforms. Keeping things lively. Yeah, my shoulders and my neck. My legs are still doing pretty good. I've been moving a lot. I keep my feet moving under the table. I keep my legs propped up. They're not straight up. They are, like tilted down at an angle, but they are up. Well, I feel like I'm doing pretty good. That's because you didn't get up at 7:30. I got up, but I was supposed to take a break. She told me to take a break. She took a nap. Yeah, she got to take a nap. She told me to take a break. I don't know. I haven't had any dinner, so maybe I will take a break at the end of this cake and make like a bowl of ramen or something and eat it. I do hate when you've been crocheting from the center and the yarn gets tangled. That does happen a lot, but I could migrate over to my couch too. That would be a lot easier on my arms and my shoulders and my neck. The only bad thing about it is it's not going to be overhead. You're going to have to look at my ugly face. It's going to be like listening to me talk. It's not going to be as interesting, I don't think, for the people watching. Might just try and take a break, make myself a cup of soup, a bowl of ramen, and try to keep going in here. Field trip to the couch. Andrew, did you go on the field trip to the beach? Well, I'm wearing lipstick today, so I look okay. No, I'm totally fine with how I look. I just think watching me crochet is much more interesting than, from overhead. Um, Much more interesting than like watching me crochet from, you know, another angle. Me just like sitting there on the couch. But I mean, I know people do it. It's totally a fine way to do a live. I'm not saying nothing bad. Yeah, I know people like to see the work, the hands crocheting. You like seeing me. Hi, Shay. Whew. I think I spaced out for a second. I don't remember what I was thinking about. Yep, I need food. How to crochet my name in my finished blanket. I mean, can you crochet an applique and sew it on? I'm gonna go sit at my desk. If I'm in pain tomorrow, I'm blaming all of you. Uh-oh. Well, I don't know what you had done or what. Is sitting up okay? If you've been told to bed rest, you better bed rest. Bed rest until the 24th, and you better get back in that bed before I come down there and smack you. Nothing is more important than your health. I don't know, Shay, have you posted a TikTok about it? He had a BBL. Well, you definitely shouldn't be sitting at a desk. That was a good one. Thanks for sharing the live. Appreciate it. Oops. Sorry, YouTube. Okay. I mean, this is way too big to show it off now. Jeez. I guess I could go like that. There's the bottom. Yes. It started with, this is the dewberry plum cake. And then the rainfall was this one. And then ocean night were these blues. And now marine green. And rainforest is next. Thank you. There was a lady named Heather in my Facebook group who came up with this idea the first time these Karen tea cakes were released. So she did it with the first batch. And then when the second batch came out, I figured out the, a sequence to use with the new colors. It's the 6-day kid blanket. This is my pattern. It's free on my website, bettymcknit.com. Ad-free PDF version is available for sale in my pattern store, which is right on my front page of my TikTok. If you click the little shopping bag, then it'll take you to my pattern store. It's the 6-day kid blanket. It has a little doggy on it. Thanks for following. I'm thinking about ramen. My kitchen's a mess. I really need to clean up and do dishes and all that stuff. Maybe I'll do that tomorrow, since I'll probably be taking a break from crocheting all day. If we field trip to the couch, can you take YouTube? Yes, I can, but it won't be overhead. It will be, just me because I have this, I just only have this overhead setup in my, at my desk. And hello, Japan. Konbanwa. Um, I only have this set up over here on this desk, and I usually don't sit here for hours and hours. I usually sit on the sofa if I'm, or I'll just sit here for an hour or two or whatever. But I mean, I've been getting up. I've been doing really good. I've really been, um, you know, getting up and moving around and taking breaks and stretching and, um, I mean, I took ibuprofen. I used the lymphatic massage oil on my hands and arms, which I think really helped a lot. Hey, Kathy. Yeah, I'm getting close to, I think, a break here. I think I'm going to take a break because all I really ate today was that cheese before and a little bit of stale bread. Like a poor orphan waif or something. Uh, but I haven't really eaten much, so I think eating something will be good. And that'll help, and I'll be ready to do some more. So, yeah. Yeah. I don't eat a lot though. It's not good. I don't have good habits where that's concerned. I mean, believe it or not, since I am fat, I'll just say it plainly. That word doesn't bother me. I don't hear that word. I mean, I don't think that word is an insult. I think people have taken that word and made it insulting, so I don't use it for other people, but it is what it is. I'm fat and I have a fat disorder and a lymphatic disorder, and it is what it is. Take it or leave it. This is what I look like. There are worse things to be than fat. Let's stop acting like the worst thing you could ever be is fat. Y'all know that song? I love that. Hello, Australia. It is what it is. Who cares? Fatties unite! I am single, and so I am on a couple of dating sites, and I won't say which ones. How about you, Jenny? Are you dating yet? Have you been dating? But on one of them, the guy's profile said, if you are uncomfortable with your body, I will be too. And I was like, okay, but I'm fat and I'm comfortable with my body. So are you comfortable with that? Like, what, dude, why don't you just say you don't want any fat ladies? Like, whatever. There are plenty of dudes that love us. So we don't need you. We don't need you skinny. If you're uncomfortable with your body, I will be too. I was like, I'm uncomfortable with you. Left. He got the swipe. Middle-aged? What are you talking about? I mean, the young dudes love me. Holy moly. I'm going to keep it PG tonight on my live, but I get the young dudes. Yes. Yes. In the 20s, even sometimes. I'm like, that's too young. It's too young. I mean, my son turned 29 today. I have a almost 30-year-old child. Like, I can't be, no, like, you have to be, my thing is like 15 years older than my kid. But I think the formula is like you divide your age in half and you add 7. I think that's how it works. I don't know. That can't be right. But there is some kind of like formula. I think that is right. Because I'm 55. So it would be like 20, what would that be? 27 and a half, and then you add 7. So that would be like 34, 35. And I thought, okay, that's, you know, still way younger than I would ever date. Still way younger, way younger. Yes, this is cake 4. Is this cake 4? Doesn't I know, I'm going to stop talking about it. It's embarrassing. I'm happy in my beach house by myself, you know? Like, I don't want anybody to come in and mess up my life. And I'm happy, like super happy. So, yeah, I don't know. You'd have to you'd have to be able to make me happier than what I already am. Oh, good grief. Do I seem ready for a break because I'm laughing like a loon and acting goofy? And for those of you all that are happily married with wonderful husbands, I'm happy for you. I truly am. I truly am. Yeah. 22 years of compromising. I would say mine was 30 years of sacrificing way too much. I need food. I'm almost at the end of this row and also almost at the end of the cake. So I don't think my timer is going to go off, but I think I'm going to take a little break. Um, I'll probably leave TikTok going, and I'll turn off YouTube because that, you know, that it continues to record. So um, I'll turn off YouTube and Facebook and all that, and I'll come back when I'm ready, but I'll leave TikTok going. I'm going to make myself a little ramen, I think. That'll be quick and filling. I'll put an egg in it. Would you post from university so I know you're back, please? Sure. My ex asked me if I would ever remarry. I said no way because I enjoy not having to answer to anyone. I I feel exactly the same way. Okay, bye Facebook, bye YouTube. I'll be back.